Hello, everyone. I'm Father Scott Vanderveer, here today with my friend and colleague, Father Jay Atherton, who is a very important figure here for all of us in Greene County. Father Jay is now the new pastor of a number of parishes here in our community, and so we wanted to take this time to talk to him about his life and his vision for the way forward. So Father Jay, you're a couple years ahead of me in ordination. You just had your 10th anniversary. Tell us what your first 10 years have been like.
It's been a wild ride. But as I said to my people, and have said many times over and over, if I could do the last 10 years over again, I totally would. And if I could do a decade of decades again, I would do every one of them as a priest.
How many of these years have you been in Greene County?
7.
7 years, just a little longer than I have. So how did you feel as a pastor in Greene County when it became clear to you that you were being named the pastor of 8 Greene County parishes? How did you respond to that?
I laughed.
Fair.
Father Bob Lungabucco, one of the vicars general of our diocese, he's the one who gave me the news. And this was in the course of a larger conversation, and he asked, so what's your posture right now? And I was sitting at my desk, kind of leaning back, and I told him that. He says, good, because if you weren't sitting, I was going to tell you you should sit down. you know, that's good news. Great news you're receiving, right? But that was, after a series of different things. The first call was actually that Father Kyle Eads was going to be coming and helping me with things, and
a great young priest.
Yes, absolutely, and we're getting along very well. And then the second call was, well, since you're going to have Father Kyle to help you, and we have this opening over in Columbia County, we'd like Father Steve Matthews to move over there, and then why don't you take on his places? And that was 2 priests before, and now it'll still be 2 priests. And then after that was settled, then it was, and how about this? There's going to be this different arrangement for Coxsackie and Ravenna. How would you feel about? So they brought me into it little by little, if you will.
And it is a different arrangement in Coxsackie and Ravenna because we have Father Joe O'Brien coming on September 1st. Fantastic guy, a priest for 30 years, lots of great experience. But he is not being named officially as the pastor. You are. He's being named as the parochial vicar, which I guess is like the term for the vicar of the parish, the priest of the parish who's working with the pastor. So that's new for us. It's new for you. What do you think, with you as the pastor living in another part of the county and Father Joe living and working in Coxsackie and Ravenna the way I have for 6 years, what do you think the experience of the day-to-day life of the parish will be for the parishioners now?
For right now, it's not going to be much different from what they're used to. The differences really will only be in the fact that you and Father Joe are different people with a different mix of gifts and talents and perspectives and styles. So there will be that sort of normal adjustment. But really, the way we're expecting this to work is he will be the one dealing with things on a day-to-day basis. Certainly, initially, I would see my role as pastor as being much more similar to those areas of our diocese where there are parishes where no priest has been assigned, but there's been a layperson placed in charge or a deacon placed in charge as parish life coordinator or parish life director, and the Episcopal vicar has been the pastor, technically speaking. I think that's more or less the format that we will be using at first, or going with at first. But then, of course, as our diocese continues to explore the Pastoral Network's model, then there are many things that all of our parishes, not just Coxsackie, Ravenna, or the hilltop parishes and communities of our county, but all over the diocese, we're all going to be looking at that relationship of pastor and parishioner, and in some cases re-envisioning what that relationship really is. is,
Yes.
what it looks like, how those dynamics unfold in the life and mission of the church. So that's what I would say for anybody who's wondering, oh, well, maybe I won't have the access to the priest that I'm used to having, or anything like that. That's not anything that we think is going to change. Not anytime soon. Not any more than it would have otherwise, just as you look at the total number of priests in our diocese and everything else that is balanced by that.
We can be grateful that as new and uncharted as any of these models might be, that our diocese and our priests and our leaders and our parishioners are willing to look at new models so that the mission of sharing the gospel with all these communities that we love so much can keep going on. So thank you for saying yes to being a priest 10 years ago, but also to being willing to go where no priest has gone before in Greene County as a pastor of a pastoral network that's going to try to do things in innovative new ways. For all of you who are watching and wondering about my future, the same is true in Warren County, where I'm going, although I'm being named the pastor of just St. Mary's in Glens Falls, and to be the pastor also of the St. Mary's St. Alphonsus school there. We know that in the future, there's going to be networks made in Warren County, in Greene County, in Columbia County, in all 14 counties of our diocese. So let us all dig deeply into our faith and find ways that we can trust even when the way isn't clear. And we thank Father J. Atherton for being with us today and for being willing to take on this big and important responsibility. May God bless you all.
Thank you, Father Scott. Yes, God bless you all.